Hello everyone, welcome to the Financial Information channel. In this video, I am going to mention 5 blue chip dividend stocks. And dividend stocks are kinda special for a reason. And one of the main reasons why dividend stocks are great because you can implement some passive income with dividend stocks. It is as simple as just having those stocks in your portfolio to receive the quarterly or the monthly dividends. And the blue chip term refers for those companies that have done an amazing job through multiple decades. And before I start the video, please leave in the comment sections which of the 5 stocks was your favorite, or if the stock was not mentioned in this video, please leave it in the comment sections below. And one last thing before I mention the first company, I'm gonna put on the screen how you can reach me through social media. Now I'm gonna start with the number 5 company, and that company is in the pharmaceutical space, and that is gonna be Pfizer. And Pfizer is one of those companies that has been in the stock market for a while. It is one of the best companies when it comes to dividend. It has a dividend yield over 3.5%. And at this moment, Pfizer is waiting for the FDA to see if the FDA is gonna approve 9 drugs. And if those drugs get approved, the company is gonna improve quite a bit in terms of the share price. Now, keep in mind that Pfizer has been a stable company for multiple decades. So I think this company is gonna be safe in terms of the dividend yield. Pfizer has been a classic blue chip company for multiple years. Now let's take a look at the statistics in the screen. And as you can see in the screen, the company has a 3.77% dividend yield. The price to earning, it is very attractive with around $10. Now in terms of price to earning ratio, it has a higher price to earning ratio, so the company expects to move up in share price. It has a really attractive profit margin with around 40%, and the operating margin is over 28%. Now in terms of balance sheet, the company owes more than it has in cash, but it has a really good cash flow. Now when I am analyzing dividend stocks, I like to pay attention to the payout ratio. The payout ratio means the percentage that the company money uses to pay the dividend. And as you can see at this moment in the screen, the payout ratio is 36%. So it has a lot more room to improve the dividend. So I actually like the dividend for this company, and with that payout ratio, the dividend is gonna be safe. But now let's take a look at the number 4 blue chip dividend stock, and that is gonna be Texas Instruments. Now Texas Instruments is the leading suppliers in the automotive and industrial sector. And Texas Instruments has a lot of positives. It has been continuing moving up in price and pays a really good dividend. And in terms of increasing the dividend, Texas Instruments has done a fantastic job. And as you can see in the screen, the company has increased the dividend over 500% in the last 10 years. Texas Instruments has increased the dividend for the last 14 years. That is very impressive in my opinion. But now let's take a look at the statistics for Texas Instruments. And as you can see at this moment, the share price is over $100. The price at this moment is $108. It pays a really good dividend with 2.28%. And the current price to earning is a little bit high, but as you can see in the screen, the forward price to earning is a little bit better. It's over 19. Now when it comes to profits, it has over 24% in profit margin and over 40% in operating margin. Now Texas Instruments has a better balance sheet than Pfizer. It has more cash than debt. The cash is over 4.47 billions and the debt at this moment is over 4.08 billions. And just like I mentioned before, Texas Instruments has done an amazing job on increasing the dividends. And now let's take a look at the number 3 blue chip dividend stock, and that is gonna be Visa. Now when it comes to one of the best run companies, Visa has done an amazing job in multiple decades. At this moment, the company has been better in the long term, I would say, than MasterCard. In the United States, Visa has over 323 million accounts, and those numbers look impressive, especially when you compare those numbers to MasterCard. MasterCard only has 193 million accounts in the United States. And I remember that I missed the huge opportunity to invest in Visa back in 2015 when the company share price was in the 60s. But now let's take a look at some of the statistics in this iconic company. And the first thing is we're gonna take a look at the share price. The share price at this moment is $121, and the dividend yield is really low, it's 0.69%, but this company has a huge opportunity to increase that dividend in the next few quarters. In terms of valuation, the price to earnings at this moment is over 40, but the forward price to earnings is a little bit over 23. Now in terms of profit margin, it has a profit margin over 38% and a gross operating margin over 66%. But now let's take a look at the balance sheet, and as you can see, it has 11.55 billion in cash, and on debt it has 16.62 billion. But what it looks attractive is the payout ratio. It is almost 23%. And I think Visa will do the right thing and start increasing the dividend. I don't believe the company will keep the dividend under 1%. But now let's continue with the video. And the number 2 is another iconic company, and that's gonna be Goldman Sachs. Now Goldman Sachs is in the financial sectors. This is a classic blue chip company because it manages a lot of people money when it comes to investing. And one of the sectors that is going to have a great 2018 is going to be the financial sector. Now Goldman Sachs didn't perform really well in 2017. However, the company still managed to move up in share price. And I did mention Goldman Sachs in a previous video, but my mind has not changed about Goldman Sachs. Now let's take a look at the statistics. And as you can see at this moment, the share price is over $265 and the dividend yield is only 1.14%. And Goldman Sachs is the only company out of this group that has the market cap under 100 billions. It is going to cross that milestone pretty soon. Now let's take a look at the price to earning. And as you can see at this moment, the price to earning is over 29%, but the forward price to earning is barely over 11. Now when it comes to profits, Goldman Sachs only has 13% over profit margin, but the operating margin is over 35%. In terms of the balance sheet, Goldman Sachs has 737 billion in cash and 428 billion in debt, so it has more cash than debt. Now in terms of the payout ratio, it has less than a third in payout ratio. The payout ratio at this moment is a little bit over 32%. So in terms of a blue chip dividend company, Goldman Sachs is one of the best. But now let's take a look at the number 1 option in this video, and that's gonna be Apple. And this is an easy choice. Apple is one of the market leaders. In addition, Apple is probably among the top 3 companies in the stock market. I could spend multiple hours explaining why Apple is one of the best companies in the stock market. But what has impressed me the most has been the service revenue numbers during the last few quarters. Apple service revenue grew over 24% in 2017, and that is recurring revenue that the company is creating. And that number is going to increase in the next few years. And I did mention Apple in September before they announced the iPhone X. But now let's take a look at the statistics for Apple. And as you can see at this moment, the share price is $175 per share. The dividend yield is 1.43%. And it has a market cap of 888 billions. And in my opinion, Apple is going to be the first company to cross the 1 trillion in market cap. Now in terms of price to earning, the company is over 18 at this moment, but the forward price to earning is a little bit over 13. So Apple is a really good value. Now let's take a look at the profits. And as you can see at this moment, the profit margin is over 21% and the operating margin is a little bit over 26%. And those are great numbers in a technology company. Now let's take a look at the balance sheet. Now in terms of the balance sheet, Apple has a balance sheet over 77 billions and debt over 122 billions. And the most impressive thing in terms of the payout ratio for a technology company, Apple has a 25% payout ratio. It is way better than Microsoft, and that gives Apple an opportunity to increase the dividend for multiple decades. And Apple is the best blue chip dividend stock. It has great numbers and it has great customer base. And those are gonna be the top 5 blue chip dividend companies in the stock market. Please leave in the comment sections below if you have a company that was not mentioned in this video, or write down in the comment section which one was your favorite from this video. And as always, you can like this video. If you find this video helpful, you can share it with your friends or family. And in addition, you can subscribe to the Financial Information channel. I'm going to continue making videos about the stock market, personal finance, and how to make money online. And as always, have an excellent day and take care, my friends.